Alright guys, today is a big day for us, for me. We just booked, I guess it would probably be our last cruise of this year. It may not be our last cruise, or we may have more in between now and then. But you're not gonna believe what it is. Hold on a second. So yeah, so we're very excited. I still have to find lodging, but with Airbnb and the hotels, there's definitely value there, or things we can afford. So I'm not too worried about having to do that right now because I need to rest. Been at this a while, it's almost dark now. We are super excited and can't wait to share footage from that trip.
6.5 hours later.
Some of you may be asking, why would I book a Dubai cruise? I'm gonna show you. Well, Dubai, for one, is the largest city in the United Arab Emirates. What started out as a small fishing village in the 18th century quickly became in the 21st century with a focus on tourism and luxury. One of the most busiest, and I've heard the richest cities in the world. Not to mention having the second most five-star hotels in the world and the largest building, a mega skyscraper, the Burj Khalifa, at 2,717 feet tall. Located on the Arabian Peninsula in the Persian Gulf, Dubai it's like tourism, but like they said, luxury tourism. A lot of people are working there now. They have some of the best internet in the world, pretty good, efficient metro system. So let's see why I booked this. Let's see the prices. All right, first off, I went to iCruise Finder. That's how this all started. But anyway, I already booked it, so I'll just kind of show you briefly what I did to kind of narrow it down. I did do a mass search, and I saw Dubai popping up with some very good prices towards the end of the year, so I just zoomed out because we can't go in June, of course. So I went from July 1st and I went to the end of the year, and I'm going to narrow this down because I don't really want short cruises. I want like medium length cruises or normal length. And here we go. Azamara is nice, but a little too rich for my blood. One day. So I filtered it to sort it lowest first. And let's see here. I'm going to pick the newer ships, and I already know this on my own, but you can research this by going to the ship sites. The Costa, I'm not going to say that, Firenze maybe? And the Costa Toxana, or I don't know. Those are very new ships with Costa. And of course the Virtuoso is the newest MSC ship in Dubai. And let's filter that up again, filter it down. Okay, we can see it looks like the Virtuoso has that good price point for a 7-day. And like the 4-day is more money than the 7-day. It maybe has to do with dates and different things, but for an inside room, it's $299 a person before taxes. And here's a quick look at the itinerary. Kind of Dubai to Doha. I'm not sure how to pronounce that other one. Sorry about that. So anyway, I went to the MSC website after that to confirm that price range because it seemed very good, almost too good to be true. So of course I went to the departure port search of Dubai, verified the date. Came back here and just instantly went to that date to just, narrow out all that stuff I don't want to see. And let's see, there it is, $299 inside room, same itinerary. Let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. Alright, that's the port taxes, which is very low to me. It's under $85 per person. So anything here, this number here you see, you're going to add that $84 to. I'm not logged in, but when I added my Voyager number during my sailing, it took that down from $399 per person to $308 per person. So we saved about $31 per person. Of course, with this price point, I opted for a balcony, and there's the preemptive total, $1,198. I of course went with the Bella. That's kind of the basic package. That's how I roll. Let's see here, and this is actually what I paid. So you can see the $84 port fees. The total there is $1250.82. Wow, for a balcony room. So as you can see, per person it was about $560 and change, plus the port fees of $84 and change. And that's a really good cruise rate right there. Wow, for 7 days with a balcony. So then I said, well, I need to make sure this airfare is lining up. And of course, I already booked the airfare. So this is kind of like a quick showing you that I picked, you know, I'm going to fly in a little bit earlier to give me a buffer period. But it is also cheaper to fly in earlier as well. I used a date grid there on, I think it's only available on the laptop or computer, not the phone. I could be wrong. But anyway, here you can see the time we would arrive the next day in Dubai. And this is on Qatar Airways, which I'm excited to try for the first time. I'm doing a lot of firsts with this trip. First time in Dubai, first time on MSC Virtuosa, first time on Qatar, first time traveling so far away. But anyway, you can see the return flight options here are not that hot. So you either leave early in the morning at 5:30 a.m., which of course that's what we opted. It's still a very long travel day, of course. That price there, $17.26. The only problem with Google Flights is it will show the lowest search price. And as you can see down here, with the options down at the bottom, I don't really recognize a lot of this. And you also get 1 carry-on and 2 check bags with Qatar, which is very nice. But I went ahead and booked with Qatar Airways because that's their webpage, and you notice the price is automatically $100 more. And there's, I guess that's going to be us. There's our stewardess, or our flight attendant, I guess I should say now. There I am enjoying, that's going to be me. Not quite as nice of a seat, but anyway, here's a quick rundown when you go to their site of the price. So $18.38, and that's about right. It's a little bit less than what they quoted, but this is actually what I ended up paying myself. So $19.46.10 for 2 people round trip, and you can see all the fees. The reason why my price went up was for some reason I had about $107 upcharge to pick my seats. I'm not sure why, but I had to pay to pick the return seats to pick them together. But anyway, here's a quick look at the Airbnb we ended up booking for the first part of our journey, so prior to getting on the ship. Here's some photos. I don't want to show the actual like address or anything because it is somebody's residence. It is the whole unit. This is the sleeping situation, however, that's not optimal for us, but you know what? The view made up for it and the price point. I could not find anything in this location with these views. This isn't coming up good, of course, but that's a panoramic kind of view, which in that window we'll be able to see the actual Burj Khalifa, and that's from the balcony view overlooking the street's called Sheikh Zayed Road. That's like the main road in Dubai. There's the Burj at night through that panoramic window. There's the living room. I mean, I'm gonna have a lot of fun in there. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time in there, but when I am, I'm gonna have a lot of fun. There's a night view of the Burj. There's a look of the actual building right there on E11 road. That's the main road, or also known as Sheikh Zayed Road. There's another view of the building, and we're going to be somewhere up here, the 46th floor. So yeah, we're very excited about that. That's probably the highest I've ever slept too, both of us. So there's a lot of firsts on this trip. Very excited. So here's the total cost of the Airbnb and a brief kind of look at where it is roughly. And there's that main road, and as you kind of zoom out, this is actually the price I paid for the second half. So after the cruise, I opted for a cheaper hotel close to the airport, like walking distance to the airport. So I booked it with Expedia because I had some credit on there, and it lowered the price even further. So we paid $221.61, or about $111.36 per night. There we go. So there's the Dubai airport. This red line that's snaking through the map, that's their main metro, or I would say subway / monorail train. There's the hotel that we're going to be staying at, so a loft. It's right there, so we can actually walk if we want to, since we have such an early departure that day. I opted for that when we come back from the cruise. I'd rather explore further away, and then in the morning when we have to get up, be right there. But as you can see, this metro rail, so when we arrive our first night, actually, it'll take us right in the general area where our Airbnb is. So I've done a lot of research, and I recommend you do the same if you don't do this. So actually, we're really close to city center in our Airbnb, and we're in the financial district technically. So that M right there that's the financial district metro station. So we take that directly from the airport. I'm not sure of the distance. I think it's about a 30-minute ride. And there's an actual elevated walkway over the main road, the Sheikh Zayed Road. And our unit is somewhere right here in one of these buildings. So it's a quick walk over the big road. And in the neighborhood, and of course we can see it, there's a Dubai Mall. And of course the Burj Khalifa and complex and grounds. That's all walking distance, so I'm excited about that. We're going to get a lot of good nighttime views and all kinds of stuff and get to see stuff. There's the Palm, Jeremiah. I'm probably not saying this stuff right, and I apologize. Once I hear it though and hear how people pronounce it, I'll remember it. But here's a quick look at where the cruise port is. So Port Rashid, or also Mina Rashid it's called, or the cruise port of Dubai. There's the MSC complex. It is shared by other vessels, I believe. It's also supposedly a record-breaking cruise terminal with a lot of shopping and duty-free. I need to research more on that topic though for sure, but it is a world record. But we can get pretty close, but we're most likely going to take an Uber the morning of. I thought I'd show an aerial shot of the longest road, the Sheikh Zayed Road, or E11 road, or highway I would call it, all the way from Saudi Arabia along the coast through Al Murfa, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and all the way up to the northern part of the UAE, Oman. It's about 350 miles long. So you see, I could not pass up that deal. It was a really good deal. I mean, $1,250 for a 7-day cruise, a balcony on a fairly new ship, only a few years old, barely used. Airfare at like $9.50 per person on one of the best rated airlines in the world. You can't beat that. You have to go. We have to go. And we're going to tell you all about it when we get there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. If you can, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to see more. Bye.